You didn't get the memo. I'm recording this now, so you didn't get the memo for what?
Saying that it's a normal podcast at the beginning and we're going to bring the food in later on.
No, we're just going to do the first 15 minutes of just us having a chat and catching up.
Catch-up chat, yeah.
Do you remember I texted you yesterday and said, have you got your little ideas written down like we all have to have a chat about?
Oh, I thought that was just for like when we're in motion.
Oh. We are going to bake, and it is going to be in about 20 minutes. But
and it's really nice to see you, Mum. Hi, Adam.
Lovely to see you, as always.
But we're going to need to pinch him for 10 minutes first. Please don't drop those eggs. Please don't drop those eggs. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you. Adam, do you want to apologise to your mum and tell her that in 20 minutes, if you do need a help, that you probably will need a help?
I'm not going to need a help. I got 10 out of 10 in year 9 for my Victoria sponge. Just is in the bag.
Okay.
I said yesterday in my video, I guarantee that Adam he's the one that suggested this. So I know he knows how to make this Victoria sponge. But this is a setup. This is a complete setup on me to make me look like a fool, or even more of a fool than I already look.
I'll put this away then, shall I?
For 20 minutes, Ad, yeah.
So, how goes? How's the spacesuit recording?
I was
What's it for?
Just about to tell Carl.
Dressing up for. You text me and you were like, "Oh, this looks really good, right?" I was like, "Yeah, it looks really good." Why are you in a spacesuit?
Okay, so I'm doing a music video for my new song, which is lyrically in places sort of makes you think you're in space. There's lots of sort of
David Bowie now.
No, not necessarily.
Give us the lyric. Give us the lyric. Will it be out by the? Yeah, it'll be out by the time this.
I think when this comes out, yes, it probably
When's
will.
When's it coming out, Tom? Give it a plug.
First week of June when this goes out. Too late.
Hey, I got new music coming out first week of June as well.
Oh, shit.
We'll go against each other.
No, shit. Yeah, but will you be in space?
No, but the fucking numbers will. Hey yo!
Hey! Just
don't give a.
For anybody that's listening,
There's some crap all on my headphones. I don't know where it's come from.
Okay,
I'll wipe it off.
All right, mate.
Remember, this is the podcast.
Yeah, we're not just catching up. We're rolling. Roll those titles, Tom.
It's been the weirdest start to an episode. For anybody who didn't quite catch what was happening there, we sort of joined the meeting that we'd got, and we'd had a little bit of a chat. Thinking about it, Carl, was it just me and you who said we'd do the chat before?
Yes, it was just you and Carl. It wasn't me. I wasn't included in this.
Was it just you and I on a voice note last night, Carl?
It might have been, but I just figured you let Ad know.
Yeah, it was about 11 o'clock at night, so there's a good chance I wouldn't have let him know. But
it's all right. Welcome, Ad.
We joined and we'd forgot to tell Adam, or Adam had forgot. I like to think it's Adam's forgot.
Adam.
No, it's definitely your fault.
And Adam's in his kitchen, and me and Carl had arranged to do the first part of the podcast. Yeah,
he's got his mum to oversee him making a Victoria sponge.
She's here to say hello, and then
lies.
He threw us under the bus.
Lies. He started it. He started the video, and she was accidentally in shot, and she was going to be standing the other side of the camera the whole time we're baking, going,
"Here, Adam,
don't do that.
What's your mum doing with a whisk over there? What's she doing with a whisk? What's she got a whisk?" Look, boys, you'll see it in my little VT thing that we shot when we were going out and getting ingredients. But I got into the shop, and they only had salted butter. And I had to ring my mum. I was like, "Mum, can I use salted butter in a cake?" And she was like, "Sure you can. Sure you can."
I don't think you can you?
Can. Apparently it gives it a little bit of a lift.
It gives it like a salty taste.
Gives it a little bit of a lift. So let me quickly tell you about the spacesuit, because the spacesuit is good. It took me ages to get it. I've got it sent from America. And
Did you buy it?
Well, that's another tiny story. So I bought it with because it's a real spacesuit, with the express opinion I would wear it for 2 days to shoot the video, and then I'd go, "Oh, it's too small," and send it back. It came from, I think, Wyoming or something in America.
Okay.
And it got delivered. And
NASA.
Yeah. There's absolutely. Cape Canaveral, thank you. And it said in the box there's like a returns thing, and I think I paid about 35 quid to have it shipped.
How much do you pay for the suit? Come on.
Too much.
That's the question we all want to know.
Too much.
Doesn't matter how much shipping was. How much did you pay to stand in a spacesuit and film a music video?
More than I think I will make off the single is all I can say.
Okay, £100? £200?
I reckon 500.
You paid more than 500 quid.
It was a lot. It was a lot of money because I needed to get the right sort of NASA patches and stuff like that for it, and with the helmet I wanted to, and I did it all myself. I installed like LEDs
just in case anyone from NASA's watching and goes, "That's not real." That music video that Tom Vaughan from the UK is singing in is not real.
I did actually go onto loads of NASA websites and search for what side the patches are on and stuff, just so I got it right. But the helmet, once the helmet is connected to the suit, I can't breathe, and I'm not making like a little bit of it's difficult to get my breath. Can't breathe. One out breath and you steam the entire of the visor up. So,
but don't you have to sing in this?
Yeah, but not in these bits. I'm not. So in these bits, and it's difficult for me to explain, but in these bits, what I've got is, and I'll put something up on the screen if I still have the picture, but it's like a couple of elevated platforms with a cloth laid over the top, green screen laid over the top, and a green screen on the back wall. So when I lay on it, or I'm on my stomach, I can sort of freely move my arms and legs, but my body will sort of look like it's levitating. Now, when you're on your back, you're essentially using all of your stomach muscles to keep your sort of lower back off the the base that it's on, but you can't breathe. So you have to take one big breath and then try and look relaxed and go and just move around like that. And all of the shots I've got, and I'm looking back on some of them, I was looking back on some of them very, very late last night, and all of the shots that I've got are usable for 10 seconds. Then you see the visor steam up. Then I rip the helmet off and go like that. Just so upset with myself. But yeah, that's the problem. And also, I can't send the suit back. Well, I can, but you have to pay for the shipping back, and also they take something like 30-40% of the costume or the suit for the purpose of stopping you from hiring it. So I'd like to if you could just give me a second, boys. It is first week of June. Welcome to the Awkward Turkey podcast. We are going to get onto the baking in a minute. But if anybody on the internet would like to buy a used spacesuit, I have to say used because the thing is, it's awful now. I've ruined it. I was so hot in it. It doesn't help you breathe. I don't know how astronauts get on. Like literally, I don't know how they don't moan more. But if anyone would like to buy one, it'll be listed. I presume
they have oxygen in it.
Yeah, that is true. Because I had all these oxygen
because when they're going up to space.
All these oxygen lines that went in, and they just clipped in with a little pop stud. There was no oxygen going into the suit. They're just there for show.
Oh my god.
So yeah, hopefully it's out now and it looks all right. And I didn't realise you were releasing in the first week of June as well, Carl.
I'm not really. I was just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just wanted to see the panic on your face.
Oh no, I listen.
Bants.
Dr. Banter.
Dr. Banter. So anyway,
Santa Claus.
Back onto Le podcast and the Bake Off episode. So we all went and got ingredients, which we'll have a look at in a minute. But it's a normal podcast. We should probably check in and see how everybody else is doing. Karl, how have you been this week?
Been all right. Got something new for the house.
What'd you get?
A Ring doorbell. Have you got one?
I've seen these. Okay. On Amazon, and I have very, very nearly on 2 or 3 occasions purchased one because I always miss deliveries when they come to the door.
Okay. Well, where you live, it's all right. Where I live, not so much.
How come?
Because they're brilliant. So what they do is you attach it outside, and it's great. And as you say, if someone comes to the door and they ring the doorbell, you can go, "Oh, hi, Mrs. Post Lady, I'm not in. Can you put it in the porch, or can you put it on the side? Whatever." Great. But what they don't tell you is you have to have notifications on, because obviously you needed to tell you if someone's there.
Right.
But if a bird flies past or a truck, we live on like a road, and then you go up the drive to our house. So even with there being a long drive going up to the house, if a truck goes past or kids are going to the school that's around the corner, it goes off. So every 2 minutes, I thought it was brilliant, but every 2 minutes goes bing, bing, someone's at the door, bing, bing, someone's at the door, bing, bing, someone's at the door, bing, bing, someone's at the door. It is f***ing doing my head in. It's killing me.
Is there like a sensitivity setting on something like that on it, where you can just say,
nope,
unless...
Meow.
Okay.
So it's literally if someone just walks past your door and...
Well, yeah, it lets you know, oh, there's a motion there. Yeah.
Can I won't buy one now, thanks. I think you saved me 139 quid or whatever they are.
Don't buy a Ring doorbell. But having said that, it is the most addictive thing I've ever had. It's like the best app in the world, because every 2 minutes now I look at the phone and go, who's there? Oh.
Can you just have a look through the camera at any point if you want to anyway?
Yeah.
So like just log on to the app and have a look.
Yeah.
That's reminded me of something just before we get on to Adam and what he's been up to since we last podcasted. But that reminded me of something there where you said you can sort of open the phone and look at the camera. Have I ever told you the story about when I had bats in my house?
No.
Right. So the house I lived in before where I live now made that really convoluted. The house I lived in previously, it was a cottage, and it was over 3 stories. And one of the bedrooms was on the top floor, and that's where I used to sleep. Little Paul lived there for a little while. It was great fun, loads of bants. Little Paul left, and I carried on living there. And one night I got into bed, and I think I was on my phone, or I had a night light on, or something like a light on the side of the bed, and it shone something, and I caught like a shadow out the corner of my eye. So I sort of bolted up in bed, turned the lights on, and the only way I can describe it was because I was a little bit sort of taken aback by it. It was like a bird in terms of shape, but it was silent. You know, like if you've got a bird in the house, they're like banging into the windows until they kill themselves and all that sort of stuff.
Got it. I'm out already.
None of that was happening. But it was silent flight in front of me, and it just sort of put both wings in front of my face and flapped once.
God.
And I completely lost my shit, obviously, because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know where. Imagine that happening when you live alone in the dark in the middle of the night. It was,
and you don't like spiders.
No, it was awful. We'll get onto that in a minute. No, it was absolutely awful. So I think I was 30 at the time. I did what any 30.
What are you doing?
So I'm just rolling my egg.
Because it looks very not like that right here.
I'll put it down.
I would. Because the movement of Adam's hand, not quite on screen, is not good for this podcast, my friend. The people on YouTube.
He's very excited about baking.
Getting banned already.
Right, back to the bats.
Oh, yes. Back to the bats. That can be a catchphrase. So anyway, I had this... that happened in the middle of the night, and I did what any 30-year-old bloke does. I just rang my mum. I was like, Mum, I think I've got a bird in the house. Can you come round and help me catch it? Bear in mind, it's about 11:30 at night. She's like, yeah, sure.
You haven't had a bird in the house for years.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's exactly what my mum said, yeah. So she came round, we had a look. Obviously, there's no bird in the house. And I was like, I went and stayed in the spare room at my mum's. I said, we'll come back and catch it in the morning. I'm not going to go to bed and have it flapping around. Anyway, we got back to the house the next day, nothing there. And then I was about to go away on a cruise ship, I think the day after. And I went to bed, same thing happened again. Something's flying around in the room, but it's silent. I'm like, nah, I'm not having this. So I rang my landlord and I went, there's something in there. He said, that's an attic room. Have you thought about it? Might be bats. So I rang the Bat Conservation Society and they were like, well, we can't catch them. You can't catch them. They're a protected species. I was like, what do you mean? So they're like, so if you have got bats, you have to take the windows out and just let them leave of their own accord. I was like, right, okay. What? I rang my landlord and I was like, I think I've got bats. He was like, well, you have to carry on living there. You can't just move out because you think you've got bats. And I was like, well, I can't live in a house if there's bats there. I've convinced myself there's bats there at this point. There might not be bats there. So I bought this is where I'm getting to. I bought one of those cameras like you're talking about for your front door, motion sensor cameras. Set it up in the bedroom, and I will put the footage on if I've got it, and I think I still have. But I put the camera in the bedroom, and I went away onto the cruise ship, and I'm at the airport or wherever it is. My phone goes like your Ring doorbell. It goes ding, 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 ding. I was like, oh, something's happening in the bedroom. Turned it on, and it's one of these that work at night, so it's like a night vision one as well. And the only way I can describe it is 5 or 6 large adult bats just looping round my bed.
What?
Insert footage here. And if I haven't got it, I'm so sorry. But they're just flying around my bed. So I rang my landlord before I got on the plane. I was like, look, mate, there's absolutely no way I can carry on living there. They're a protected species. You're not allowed to catch them, even if you want to. They can get into something like 1/4 of an inch. They can squeeze really tight into like exposed beams and stuff. You'd never catch them. And I'm not prepared to carry on paying rent if I've got to, take the windows out of my bedroom and essentially just leave it open till they leave. And he went, leave it to me. I'll go and sort it. So he pops around to the house. Obviously, my camera goes ding, 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 ding. Now the landlord's in there with his wife. And he's going, ain't any fucking bats in here, is it's the middle of the day. Ain't any fucking bats in here, are there? No, like this. And then just before I got on the cruise ship, that I got one more notification, and it was him sat on the foot of my bed in what can only be described as a beekeeper's mask with a great big net in the pitch black. And that was when I got on the cruise ship. And I got back and I just said, I obviously can't carry on living there because there was a colony of bats. But that's the only time I've had those notifications on my phone. And I hope I found the footage. I hope I have, because it's frightening at the same time as sort of a bit exciting, because you're like, I live in the fucking bat cave. I don't want to frighten you, because frightening you, being frightened is not a nice thing, but I'd like you to experience what it's like to be without clothes,
nope,
in bed, and
I'm out already,
2 feet away from your face, just like that.
Just what?
So, Adam,
how have you been?
How have you been,
my love?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. So I went back to Thai boxing yesterday for the first time in.
We saw this
on
online.
Instagram, yeah, flipping heck.
Yeah, I did it for about 4 years, from 2003 to 2006 and 7, something like that. And then, yesterday was the first time back in 15 years. And that clip that I put up was the last innings of that 1 hour session. And it was brilliant. It was intense. And after every kind of 2-minute round, I was just collapsed on the floor.
Really?
It was knackering.
Are you any good? Can you fight? Is it about that? Is it about fighting, or is it about...
No, it's not about that. For me, it's not about that. It's about... it's just brilliant. You walk away with a buzz, and you just like... everything's just clear. It's brilliant. Yesterday, I thoroughly enjoyed the hour. It was superb.
Adam Westcott, the most gentle, laid back.
I know.
And he's going, I really, really enjoyed kicking out of that bloke for an hour. It was, it was great. Just me and him, just to clear my head a little bit, just to kick out of this guy. It was phenomenal.
It's such a gentle art. Come on! It's just such a gentle art.
It's brilliant, yeah.
It's a lost art form that people don't know about.
What is that art form? Well, it's kicking someone as hard as you can. Brilliant.
In the face.
And I get such a buzz from it. I think I'm going to wander down the shops later and just kick someone in the face.
We did a bit of weapons training as well.
Brilliant! Yeah, gentle.
Of course you did. If there's one man on the planet,
bit of gentle.
One man on the planet who shouldn't have a weapon, it's the man who was just rolling eggs mid-story.
Yeah.
It was with like the wooden, almost like really thick bamboo sticks, and just kind of, it's actually very therapeutic, and musicians who have great coordination really get on with that.
You be Tom.
I'm ruined, yeah. Already out. I'm out. Take me to space, Dr. Beer.
But fitness-wise, it's certainly the next few weeks, I'm going to feel pretty unbelievable. So, yeah, it was brilliant. Really good to be back, and enjoyed it all a lot.
Talking about fitness, there was, I think it was on Instagram, I saw it. Someone was talking about it, and I know Joe Rogan does it as well. But have you heard of the Carnivore Diet?
No.
Right, okay. Do a little bit of reading on it when we finish this podcast. it's a ridiculous thing. You only eat meat, nothing else for 30 days.
But won't that your stomach up?
I thought that, and I was like, well, this is just another one of those things that they pop up on Instagram. And I'm like, that sort of thing. And then they showed a clip of Joe Rogan, and I've listened to a couple of his podcasts, and he's talked about it. And he said he has never, ever felt so energized and awake and slept so well. He said he didn't believe it either. And this is him talking about it on his podcast, not him endorsing a product. This is him talking to other people who are like big into fitness on, this. And he says he does it once a year when he starts to feel like he's burning out a little bit, or when he starts to feel like, his energy levels are low or his sleep's not good. He does this for a month.
So you can't have, excuse me. So you can't have anything with it. You just have meat on a plate.
No carbohydrates. No
beans. No like.
Well, even for breakfast
I think you can have veg. I think you can. I don't know.
I say because it's got to be so like.
I didn't read up on it enough, but the guy that's on his podcast with him says, surely that is terrible for you, and you just feel bloated and everything else like that. And he said it's the total opposite. He said he's never felt so awake and so energized. Listen, he's Joe Rogan. He's a millionaire. If you want to go out and buy a steak for breakfast, a steak for lunch, and a steak for dinner, it's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
He's not having rump.
No, he's not. No. No, thank you, sirloin. Dr. Fillet.
Jeez. So what do we got? What are we doing today then? What's the plan? Because I know you're going to play the video that I sent you, but I was kind of in disbelief that the one of you pitched we should make a cake. I
just thought it was it's the biggest show on like telly when it's on. It's up there.
Ratings.
It's up there with like X Factor and stuff like that. And let's be honest, me and Adam aren't going to do a BGT episode where we all come on with a secret skill. I don't know where the baking thing came. I don't know where the baking thing came from, but I just thought, what a weird idea.
What a wonderful idea, a weird idea.
I thought that until it was yesterday, and I was so busy, and I thought, I've still got to go to the shop. I've still got to get these eggs. And then this morning, I got so many emails, and I thought, why have I decided I'm going to block off like 3 days to film this baking a cake?
I cancelled a writing session so I could make a victorious fucking sponge.
It is amazing.
I cancelled the opportunity to make money in the future.
So did I. I had stuff on today.
So I could stand in my kitchen and make a victorious sponge that I've never made before and probably will never make again.
Well, this will be the highlight of my day. So,
touche, Adam.
Where is she?
So we're going to bake a Victoria sponge.
Do it again. Do it again.
He says, oh, you got a little bit of fight in you. I like that. Then you're going to love me.
Why is this not an episode where we just say Batman quotes?
Where is she?
Then you're going to love me. I feel like this has been the oddest opening to an episode ever. We just started in Adam's kitchen with Adam's mum and Adam going, why aren't you in the kitchen? And we've got...
I wish we'd just gone, bake offs tomorrow, Ad. What are you doing in the kitchen?
Oh, he'd have been distraught. He'd have been absolutely distraught. So we're baking a cake. Are we going to decorate this cake? Are we going to bake it for, like, for example, am I going to bake one for Adam? Not that he's ever going to get it, but you know what I mean? Is that theme-wise? Are we going to...
Yeah.
Do we bake a cake
Tom, why don't you and I make it for Adam? Okay. And Adam, you can make whatever you want. We'll make you a cake to say thank you for...
Oh, thank you.
In the third wheel of the not third wheel podcast.
I like that, Carl. So you and I will bake one for Adam. And Adam, if you want to just... I don't know how you can, but you can kind of theme yours... to Carl, the Awkward Turkey podcast. You can gift us a cake.
So I've got an idea. What I'm going to do.
Those words, when they leave your mouth, genuinely give me... It's pure excitement. When Adam Westcott, at any point in any week, goes, whether it's on text or on the podcast,
I've got an idea, boys.
Yeah. That's it. I know it's on. I know we're going to wake up in Hong Kong. Bangkok has it
and two flights to Prague.
Yeah, the weird thing is Adam only needs $7,000 to get us there.
That's it, yeah. If this podcast ever really like takes off, and I really hope it does, do you think that Adam Westcott would do like, you know, the Carl Pilkington stuff where we just like pay for him to go to a different country where he wouldn't like to be there and just make him try loads of things he doesn't want, eat loads of things he doesn't want, and just film it and then stick it on telly and take some money?
Or we could pitch the idea that we all get on a bus with Adam, and Adam drives us somewhere in a random country.
Oh, mate, that's a brilliant idea.
I think we should do something like that. That'd be good.
So Adam road trips it, and we just hang out, and wherever we end up is on Adam's head.
How about Adam?
Adam picks the restaurant. We'll be having kickboxing lessons now.
What can we call that show if we all got on a bus with Adam and Adam picked the destination? I think it's a great idea for a show.
Westy's Wild Road Trip.
The West World.
I was just thinking about something like truck.
Of course he was. We get into this bacon shit or what?
Right, let's turn these cameras off and then turn them back on. I mean, it'll be...
Do you not need to play that thing where we went to the shop?
Thank you for telling me how to do my job, but you're absolutely correct. Obviously, we're going to reset our cameras in the kitchen. It'll take no time for while you're watching because, you know, that's the way it is in telly.
Magic of show business.
Magic of show business. But please have a look at these clips while we set up our cameras of how we got on getting the ingredients when we went out to the shops yesterday. Premature mid-episode mic drop.
Hello everybody, it's me, Karl. You knew that. I don't know why I told you. I'm on my way to Tesco, Swansea, because I'm a man of the people. I'm currently stuck in all the traffic because it's 27 minutes past 3 and all the people who have kids are blocking up the road, so that's already annoyed me, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna go to Tesco and I'm gonna buy all the ingredients that I've been told to buy for this stupid podcast episode of the Great Bake Off thingy majiggy. And I know what you're thinking, Karl, you once played Ryan Baker in Holby City. Stop it, I can't believe you remembered.
Hello everybody, I am on my way to the local shop. Don't know what it's called, but I'm going to the local shop. I've checked my cupboards and I've already got some baking powder. I don't know why, I've never baked anything in my life. Just before we check in with Adam, I'd very much like to edge my bets that although we're filming this, and I know it's an audio podcast, but although we're filming this bit for the YouTube section, guarantee he'll have filmed it in portrait.
Okay, time to make this cake. Need some eggs and butter. And I think we should go make an excellent cake.
I'm very, very excited. I've never baked a cake before in my life.
Okay, so just having a little look for... God, I forgot what I was coming in here for now.
What's the bet the alarms go off? You ready? Alarm's going off in... of course it did. So I'm back. I'm sanitizing.
Right, so I have eggs, I have butter, it's salted. I had to ring my mum and ask if that was okay because I don't know if you can use salted butter, but I've got salted butter, double cream and eggs. I also bought some Belvita breakfast biscuits because I haven't had any breakfast. Right, now it's time to go and bake some cakes.
And tomorrow we're going to bake a Victoria's sponge each. Victoria's bloody sponge.
Okay, it's only showtime. So, we have eggs, butter, bit of cream in there. We've got some sugar over there. Got Mr. Flour down here. So, bready, eggy, bake.
If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Welcome to my kitchen. Ba-da-ba.
Well done. Cheers.
Carl, it's 20 past 11 in the morning.
Correct.
Oh, God.
They're gonna love
That's what they
me.
do. Oh my God, he's here. Adam's back. Oh, that's what they do on Saturday Kitchen. They drink wine and make cakes or food.
In the, in the middle of the morning, yeah. Perfect.
Big glass of wine as well.
are we going to talk? Are we going to go through the steps together? Is that how this is going to work?
I don't know. Adam knows what
from
he's
there.
doing. Adam
And the truth of it is,
freaking knows what he's doing. I can.
truth of it is,
tell.
I don't know what I'm doing. So
I don't know what I'm doing either. I didn't. Mate,
I think the point is if we all because if we just hold each other's hand, it would be kind of it's all the same. Then if we do it, we're going to see the mistakes. If we don't do it all together, and it will be a bit more entertaining, I reckon.
I'm going to need some serious. This pile of ingredients that are here at the moment.
oh, hang on. Wait there now. All right, carry on.
What are you doing?
I'm putting my oven on.
Why?
You're supposed to preheat it.
Really?
What? Aren't you?
Yeah,
Are
but
you?
I haven't done it yet.
Ad's already done it.
What temperature? What temperature?
I don't know. Mine's a gas oven.
180 or 180 or 160 fan.
Ad,
gas
hang
4.
on.
I've just got the method up. I've just got Mary Berry's little face up with the method.
So just a second, boys, because what I've got here.
This is
what I've got
already
here-
a fucking disaster, isn't it?
I've got a preheated oven. Huh? Yeah.
course you
Good. Brilliant. Ace. And I don't have the recipe up. I thought we were all going to do it together. I don't know what the first thing we do. Do we beat the wheat or something like that?
Why don't you get up on your phone?
Because
My phone is filming me. It's an additional angle.
why don't you get yourself a nice bottle of red, open it up, just enjoy life for a little bit. That's really good.
Grease and line. 2
Tins.
tins. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. Right.
With
Am I going
what?
to say? Hang on. Am I going to say bready, eggy, baked?
Oh, he just wants to get that catchphrase in. That's all he's interested in.
Love me.
Just got to get this.
What, just drop the catchphrase that he's worked really hard on.
Yeah.
Go on then,
thought
Adam.
I thought you would have just gone, let's bake. I thought that you would
Yeah, that was one of them. But
one of them.
I mean, I can. Which do you prefer?
Mate, you go with whatever your heart is feeling.
Bready, eggy, bake.
Right, okay. Let's get
Hey,
greasy.
Sad. All right, what do you grease it with?
Yeah, what do you grease it with? What do you grease it with?
Like oil.
It's a bit of butter.
What do you mean? Oh, wait, does that go on top, underneath the paper or on top of the paper?
I think just around the sides.
And then you put the paper on top?
Oh, I think just around the sides.
It's like this. So you
Bullshit.
put the paper in, and then just grease all around there.
Round the edge?
Yeah.
And what
Grease
am I
is the
doing?
word, Tom. Grease is the word.
Am I doing that with my fingers?
Yeah, I reckon so. Or a bit of kitchen roll. Yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah, lightly.
Carl, are you using your fingers to grease this?
No, I'm using this
Right.
greaser. Mate, I got a greaser.
Greaser.
Yeah, I got in touch with Mary Berry and I said, do you have any greasers? And she said, I got a greaser for you, Carl. And I thought, hey,
I don't have a greaser.
well,
You don't need a
use your
greaser.
fingers.
You just
Use
literally
your
need a bit of fingers and just finger it. You're gonna love me.
Adam. Oh, Adam.
Carl, when you say you got a greaser, like, what is it?
Mate,
Can I have a-
these are called greasers.
Oh, it's just a brush.
Yes, greaser brushes.
A brush would have been easier to say. Is he having a laugh?
You know the paper down the bottom? You're supposed to grease that.
No.
Ah, shit.
Oh, they're going to love me.
That bit's done, so I can move those over there.
What's the next bit, Carl? I can't operate my laptop.
All right, mate. The next
Right.
bit is get some chocolate. And whisk the chocolate.
No, it's not. Are you putting chocolate in yours?
No.
No. It's eggs, Tom. You got to beat 4 eggs.
When in one of these bowls?
That's, yep.
Does that look about right, Dad? Hey, who
Pretty
am
spot
I?
on.
I'm in Tom's new video. Give me some more of this fuel. Oi, oi.
Sorry,
Thanks so
slow
much.
down. So I'm just breaking eggs.
Yeah.
But why are you doing eggs?
Yeah. You got to break 4 eggs.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Tom.
Or 3
Panicked
eggs,
you a little-
whatever you're doing.
Panicked you a little bit, didn't I? Sorry, but
There's quite a lot of butter in this.
I hope-
225.
Tell you
8
what,
ounces is a lot of butter, isn't it?
It is.
boys, whoever eats this cake, one thing I can say is, I hope they like the taste of eggshell. I've done 3 out of the 4 eggs, and 3 out of the 4 eggs I've got shell in the cake. Right, break the, what am I, how much sugar am I adding?
It says 225 of caster sugar.
That is a lot of sugar. That is an obscene amount of sugar.
Yeah, it is.
And that goes in with the eggs, yeah?
No, hang on. No, that goes in with the butter. It's the butter and the sugar that go together.
And the eggs.
Yeah, later. You got to mix it first. Okay.
Has Carl ruined it already?
No, you can get it back. I'm just.
So what am I doing? So I've got a bowl of sugar here. What am I doing? I'm putting.
Get it back.
Put it in with the butter.
I gotta get a wipe of spilled egg everywhere.
Well,
Boys, why are we? This is. Oh, God.
Got too much sugar in there now.
What do you mean I can get it back? What does that even mean?
It means you can take the sugar out.
What? My recipe says chuck it all in. You were killing me here because you kind of. You're the expert.
Yeah, it says break the eggs into a large bowl, then add the sugar.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's the next step? Finish the wine. Hey,
Flour.
Tom, you got one of these?
I'm looking at the recipe, and at the moment, my house looks like an episode of Narcos.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at that. What's the consistency supposed to be like?
Thickish, but not mega runny.
Boys, I know this is the first time I've baked a cake, right? But that can't be the amount of butter that goes in a normal cake.
It is.
That is obscene.
I know. 225 grams, it's a lot.
How is Mary Berry so slight?
Slight.
Boys, did everybody borrow these whisks off their mum?
Yeah, mate, I borrowed this whisk off my mum.
Yeah, I did too.
I have a slight problem, boys.
What's you do? What's the matter?
Well, my butter wasn't room temperature, so now what I'm doing is I'm just stabbing it with a whisk. This does not look edible. Boys, whenever I have one of these ideas again, just tell me no.
You're a clown. This is wreck in my kitchen.
Got lots of, like, knobbly bits of butter in mine. Is that normal?
Yeah, you got a mixer, yeah? Oh, you got it now, yeah. Yeah, that would go.
And what consistency are we going for here, boys?
Oh, kind of like a paste.
A paste?
Yeah, but like not thick.
I got a story about a paste, but I can't tell it you on the podcast.
The fact that you've already said, I think I've put too much flour in, you have done us right over on this. My mother is the most incredible baker in the world.
Yeah?
Yeah, genuinely. So she's going to like be so... I'm going to lose all love off her.
Does she know that you're doing a baking episode
Yeah.
with us? What did she say?
You're an idiot. She knows I can't make cereal, mate.
Look, boys.
Is it like creatine? That's all right.
Don't eat it. It's raw.
It's the best bit. I lose interest in it after this point.
Lost.
Honestly. 2008 Tom. He's having a real moment of nostalgia here. Just licking cake off the pot.
It does taste good.
Right.
I don't think Tom's actually going to make a cake. He's just going to eat it all like that.
Yeah, you've got to have enough. Fucking hell, Tom. Jeez. Right, hang on then. So it goes, next step is dividing the two tins.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll level with you, mate. There is no pouring going on my half.
Oh, no, mine.
No, I'm going to have to spoon it out.
I'll spoon you out in a minute. This is like cement. Yeah, but I could tip this upside down on my head and nothing would come out.
Go on
It's
then.
not good.
All right.
Pound says...
Is it gonna do it?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, add a little bit of water. Tiny bit of water.
It's already in the
Or
cake
milk.
tin now.
That's it.
Half is in his stomach.
Well, if it is like creatine or cement, you could put some milk in it. Is this the beginning of our cake business?
No.
I
No.
highly doubt it, Adam. I highly doubt it. She is going to be so disappointed in me. What a letdown as a child I am.
So have you got it in your tins now, Carl?
Put it in your tin now. The problem I have is when I put it in the cake tin, it only fills like say.
It will rise. That's the
Yeah,
whole point
it
of the cake.
rises.
It rises.
No, I fucking know it rises, you donkey. I'm saying like it's not very much.
It will rise. You did put flour in it, yeah?
Yeah. Shit. Done it all, mate. When's the jam going?
Not yet. It goes in after it's come out the oven.
Oh, bloody hell.
My mum's peering through the window, looking at the disaster that's unfolding.
So you got have you got to flatten it, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just flattening it out at the minute.
How flat does it need to be? The cakes need to go in at the same time, boys.
Put in oven for 35 minutes. Take out, leave for 10 minutes. All right, mine's going in, boys.
Now, give me a minute.
Mine's gone in, boys. I jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Just put it in, yeah. And I got to put my timer on now for 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah,
Right,
I'm going to put mine in.
Going in.
It's ticking away, boys.
Yeah.
Gas mark 5. All right, it's in. And this episode is complete.
That's it.
We steaming
30
by
minutes.
1 o'clock.
Is it 30 minutes?
It's, yeah, 30, 35. Depending on how it's looking. That was
Well
good, that
done.
was, boys.
So the cakes are in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that quite stressful, but at the same time quite exhilarating.
Yeah, mate. It's because you got all that sugar in your body now.
I tell you what, I feel a bit sick. I feel a bit sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'll be the half a cake you've already eaten.
it was cake mix, mate. There's nothing better. Do you know what I used to do that when you were a kid?
Great.
Lick the bowl.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No.
Bit of cake mix. So, boys,
Good
What
job,
we
everybody.
what
Well
we should
done.
do, what we should
Lovely
do at
to
this
see you.
point is we should tell everybody what's coming up in the next episode, because we can't just end it on a montage of us cooking.
Well, in the next episode, you'll see us pulling the cake out of the oven. Not dirty. Actually.
It's the decorative stage of the
Yeah.
cake making thing.
Got my
for
jam.
us-
Got my cream. Got my wine. I'm buzzing.
I mean, for us, it'll be 30 minutes until the cakes come out. But for
Yeah.
everybody else, it'll
7
be
days.
7 whole days. But yeah, no, this has been good. I genuinely do feel a little bit ill, so
Yeah, we're going to have a kip for half hour.
I will do. And then we'll
we'll
take these cakes out.
reconvene. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everyone.
We'll
All
see
right.
everybody next week, 7
Oh, he
o'clock.
signs it off so well. Sorry, Tom.
It's all right. I just
Do it
thought,
again. Do it
I
again.
just thought at the
Professional.
end, great episode for you to just walk towards your camera as if you're about to turn it off and go, bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the Orca Turkey podcast. If you have enjoyed it, it is very, very important. I say it a lot. Carl does a lot. Leave a comment on the actual video. Makes a massive difference. Like the actual video, not just in this chat bit now.
Yeah.
Make sure you like it. We will see you next week at 7 o'clock when we do some more baking and decorating of our cakes that we take out of the oven. Boys, it's been
Follow
a
us
pleasure.
on socials, and you might even see it before then. There you go.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'll tell you what, if
I'm
they
getting
go on,
good at this
they go on
YouTube
my
shit.
social, they go on your social, what they're going to love, Adam?
Say?
Brilliant.
That saying you've been saying all day?
Oh, they're gonna love me.
Drop the mic.
Flawless.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
I'm not dropping it this week.
This YouTube